Next mission, we're back to a reasonable difficulty. It's the Mobius factor, and I finally get mercenaries at the beginning of a mission. They just run to my base, so I build a bunker and keep them safe. Then, for the main objective, mostly just using Hell's Angels for it, but for this first objective, there's mercenaries stranded on the roof, and I can rescue them. Second objective, if I just land behind it's not well defended, so I can just beat it there. For the Brutalist bonus objective, I build a wall with my instant supply depots, and the Hells Angels stand behind and attack the Brutalist. Brutalist decides instead of attacking my supply depots, attacks my command center, but that's fine. Then, for the final objective, it's much better defended, so decide I should secure a landing zone for my command center here. I prioritize killing creep, but I still gotta kill other stuff too. Like that spore crawl is causing some problems. And once I establish my base, I build some bunkers for defense and put my siege breaker in position and can attack the objective. Decide that my Hells Angels belong on the ground because the Ultralisks are kinda intimidating and they don't have that many air units here. But the next mission, Supernova, again, siege breakers are completely OP. So I rush them and they defend my base with a wall of my starting buildings. I tried bringing enemies into siege breaker range. It worked, but it was a bit more complicated than necessary. And I get the first 3 bonus objectives easily. I'll get the last one later. I could try avoiding the Protoss, but I have siege breakers. I can just fight them now. And they tried attacking, but once I have 4 siege breakers, I barely even notice their attacks. They just don't do anything to me. And when I attacked their bases, they decided their priority was killing my SCVs, which is fine. Hells Angels finally decide they belong in the air when a carrier comes out, but I need them on the ground for most of the mission since I don't have that many other good things against Immortals. Siege Breakers don't actually do that much to Immortals. But Hells Angels on the ground handle them fine and then move forward and focus the objective. Next mission, Mar of the Void, mostly just using Cloaked Duskwings. The enemy detection is pretty limited here, so I can just move in and eliminate the Ripfield generators, free the Dark Templar, and then since the Dark Templar aren't mercenaries, I execute them. Also, I can keep my units repaired with mules here, so going back to my SCVs isn't necessary. I realized that the enemy defenses were a little too tough on that side, so I tried going along the other side of the map, and I successfully avoid most of the enemy defenses here. I destroy Ripfield generators and execute the last Dark Templar. Then I fly in and focus the objective. Hell's Angels land for extra damage, and objective is destroyed. And for engine destruction, after getting the Odin and my starting units killed, I distract the first group of enemies with some engineering bays until mercenaries can come out, and then Warpigs go in a bunker and Hell's Angels help and stop the first attack. Once I get Duskwings out, I can start being aggressive. With a little help from cloaking, 2 Duskwings easily enough destroy the 2 outer enemy bases. I defend my main base with siege breakers and bunkers full of mercs, and Jackson's Revenge handles the siege tanks. Duskwings can move in and destroy the factory base since the siege tanks are the most annoying enemies, so only using air units is quite effective here. Since the barracks base also doesn't have much anti-air, I send in the Duskwings again, but this time Jackson's Revenge can help since they have better placed missile turrets here, and I don't need it for defense anymore. I send all my air units to the starport base, which is effective, destroys it, although experienced some casualties due to a Suki missile. Then I defend, and they decide they want to drop directly on my bunkers, as if they know that the only way he'll deal damage is with my own Siegebreaker Splash. And I thought that these Vikings landing was really stupid since they could kill my Jackson's Revenge instead, but maybe they were just a distraction for that sneaky Raven. At the final tower, they just don't do much. In the Gate to Hell, I must move quickly. First, kill my siege tanks and missile turret with my other starting units, and then I just move command of them into the enemy base where they'll die, since I can't kill them myself before the Zerglings arrive. I drop a mule and start gathering mineral pickups, and I salvage my bunkers for more minerals, and lift off my command center with the SCVs, and luckily the Zerglings can't jump up and chew on my command center, so we're safe here. The mule goes around and searches for as many more mineral pickups as it can find. I'll lead pretty much since I can't mine for now. Then mutalisks come, so I send my barracks out and distract them as long as I can. I try leading them away. It distracts them long enough so that when the barracks finally dies, then they come to my base. They almost kill a bunker, but I can just salvage it, and my warplanes go in the other bunker, and Hell's Angels come out and defend. I still need more money, so I can scan and drop mules on more mineral pickups, but that's a limited amount. So I mine the rest by dropping SCVs, grabbing minerals with them, loading almost immediately before the Zerglings arrive, flying to this ledge where I can return the minerals to the command center, and then I gotta fly back and repeat. The Zerg finally start sending some pretty scary attacks with air units here, but with all 6 Hell's Angels out, I can defend pretty well. I decided since mining like this is really slow, a faster option would be destroy every Zerg base on the map so that I can mine normally. Send Duskwings out for some of the weaker bases, Hell's Angels helping against the air units, and then I continue mining the slow way until I can afford Jackson's Revenge. And once Jackson's Revenge is out, I can confront the 3 main Zerg bases. Now that all the Zerg bases are destroyed and the Zerg can't produce any more units, I can finally start building a large army for the main objective. All the mercenaries combined don't quite provide enough supply, so I make an extra SCV, and Duskwings and Jackson's Revenge eliminate the Nidus Worms easily.